Yes, my name is Terrance. I am from the Bandel Basilica and I represent the youth. I am the president and the chief organizer of this retreat. So honestly speaking, this was a very fulfilling experience for me because the construct of how this event came together in itself is nothing short of a miracle. We had faced numerous problems coming up during the planning phases, during the execution phases. However, due to God's graces, we were able to overcome all of that. We also have faced a strong backing from the sisters of the MSMI convent, as well as our parish priest, and we were able to bring into fruition the success of this event. The one thing that I would take away from this event is that there were moments of doubt throughout the phases of execution as well as the planning of this project, but the one quote that sister put and stuck onto, and it kind of became a maxim by the time this event was over, is that God will provide. It is not our job to worry. It is not our job to think what we will wear, what we will eat, where we will sleep. Our job is to put our faith in Him and do what His will is, and the rest will be taken care of. One of the big issues that the youth of today is facing is that they have a flawed concept of what is right and what is wrong. The social media, especially, let us not call it westernizing, but the youth of today, they have this concept that acting like adults, behaving like adults in their youth or in their prepubescent ages is the right way to become cool or become acceptable in society, to stand out among the crowd. I believe social media also has a big part to play in this, because they feel like they are supposed to flex, so-called, on their social media image or the social media profile that they have on, and it often leads them to make decisions or do things which are immoral, not right for their age, or maybe even simply a sin, right? So I believe that the youth of today, they need to be more conscious about how they should lead their life. They should stick to the commandments, stick to the sacraments, stick to the laws or the rules which are given to us by the church and society. And that is how you will truly achieve happiness, rather than having something which is short term. You would actually have fulfilling experience of living. See, the first thing, the reason why we had this retreat in the first place was we had ever since our term began of this new council of the youth leaders, we had done events which were, for example, sports-based event, cultural-based events, but we were longing for a retreat. And when we got in touch with we got in touch with sister, and sister was also willing to get in touch with us in organizing a retreat, we believed that in the contemporary society, the concept of retreat has been diluted a lot. People try to sing and dance and go towards more of what the crowd would want, rather than what is like a hardcore retreat. So that is what we thought. We thought we would bring it back to the basics. We'd have like a full-on residential, top to bottom praise and worship, dissecting the Word of God, following the Word of God, having a proper examination of conscience, and a full-fledged confession. We even had participants make 2 confessions throughout the process of the retreat, which is a very rare thing to see. So a true examination of conscience, a very good confession, and fabulous adoration. We had 3 adoration sessions throughout, and I believe the second adoration session is where a huge change was visible in the crowd. The response of the crowd before and after that adoration, I believe, is the one which made a big difference. I think the resource persons are also somebody who, something which was a very positive contributive factor. The resource persons had come in from Delhi. We had continuous counseling throughout the 3.5 days. There were a personal team of 7 people coming from Kerala. and even they were very good at providing insight, telling us how to follow the word of God, how to live our life, and a mixture of everything. Putting in the correct ingredients is the right way to get the dish done. Of course, if anybody who has done good quality retreats, minimum distraction is like the number one requisite for having a good retreat. So shutting off your phones, trying to spend hours in silence, trying to spend hours praying, reflecting, reading the word of God, listening to the word of God, and listening to what the preachers are trying to convey to us. And I believe that removing these distractions helps the lesson go through to the people. Pray when you're happy, pray when you're sad, and no breakfast before Bible. That's all.